And we're here, guys.
We're
Tamil,
back at it.
curious. Let's jump into it, man.
Back at it.
Curious Tamil podcast, man. Today, you know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about Vijay. Talabadi. Vijay Ahe, man. I know. Once you name drop Vijay anywhere in social media, YouTube, man, they already gunning for you. Like when Vijay's fans are crazy. But I mean, he has a lot of fans in it.
But I'm just gonna be straight up with you. I've never been a Vijay fan.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah,
never understood the hype. Why? Back in the days when I'm watching, right? You know when you were teenager, or I don't know, when we were teenager, or when we were like mid 20s, or like from 16 to mid
yeah,
20s.
yeah.
I never understood why girls went crazy to Vijay. I just
Mm.
never, bro. This guy has he doesn't have the height. He doesn't have that. Vijay acting is overrated. Look, don't take it as I'm butchering Vijay fans,
Bruh, we literally started 1 minute in. You already got the AK ready shooting at
bro.
it.
This is I always wanted to get it out of my heart, and I don't know how come you broke this today.
This is not where I wanted to go, but that's
I
fair.
know, I know, but
But
now you started. Let me get this out of my heart, man. You know what
bruh,
I'm
you
saying?
careful, man. Be
Hey,
careful. You
bro,
already, you already, went some places, man. He ain't
look at
got
my
the height,
face.
man. Come on,
Look
man.
at
What
my
kind of
face.
bullshit reason is that?
Look at my face. Do I look like I give a fuck?
Hey, man, that go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So basically, I never understood the hype behind Vijay. It's just like this guy doesn't have the height. This guy doesn't have the acting skills. To be
How much
fair,
height do you need, by the way?
I don't know, but then what I mean, he didn't look for me. When men look up for male actors, what do they look up? They don't look up sexiness. They look up manliness so they can relate with, right?
Nah,
They
that's
look
what you look for.
yeah, and that, and then what do we look up? The acting skills, right? What else
Yeah.
do you look in a male actors?
I think they look. I think. Well, let's just talk about him. I think like I wasn't a Vijay fan because I was a big Ajit fan. Yeah, I'm a big
Yeah,
like I used to be a big Ajit fan, and I was always hate on Vijay. But as I grow older, I was like, oh, it's so stupid. They're all doing a good job, right? So when I look at Vijay, and I kind of when I all the time I would look at him like oh I didn't like him. Then I was like when I would grow older, I was like why is he so big? Then I realized he's actually a good actor, man. He works out. Okay, he's a great dancer.
overacting, man.
Nah, he does comedy really well, which I don't think many actors can. He can do comedy really well.
Maybe it's my personal opinion. I never rated this. I know. He tried
No,
to.
no, but hear
He
me out.
tried to.
That, but do you want to hear his good sides, which you might not be aware of?
Yeah. I
So
want to
look,
know.
look. This is what the Vijay fans will tell you, which not
Yeah.
even me, which I've heard from Vijay fans. He's within Tamil industry. This guy dancing is really up there, especially during that time when Ajit and everyone was that this guy could dance us. Wow,
All right. Nobody. No, nobody in the room. I thought let's look somebody else for confirmation, but nobody in the room. That's cool.
okay, that's
Okay.
one. Other
Yeah,
one
that's
is
one.
like in his comedic scenes, like Gilly and stuff. He did really do well comedy acting, and yeah, man, he has definitely something about him. I do think he's not that he's not. I don't think he's overrated, but he I think he came during a time where there was no one there, and if it's him and Ajit, I think they got popular. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't feel the way you feel, but that's interesting, though, isn't it?
Bro, exactly. At the end of the day, it's two different opinions. But what I'm saying is, it's just maybe you're right. It was that time. Everything is timing, isn't it? At that time, where there wasn't enough, and then these guys came and then they popped. But I think his acting is overrated. I understand what you're saying about his comedy because he tried to mix comedy with his acting, and that I found that cheesy. I found that most of the bro most of the film I found that cheesy, and his dancing I wouldn't rate that anyway.
Mm.
And then I have a problem with just I don't know I looked at from woman's side. I always think about why women like him because women used to go crazy for this guy. Like, damn, what do you have? Like, what do you got to offer? And I just can't justify what he has to offer. But then
No.
even things like cheesy, when it comes to cheesy, like talk about Tamil movie and cheesiness, I watched this old old Hey man, what's that Madura guy, the skinny Vishal, old Vishal, one of the movie, man, I don't even know the name. It was popped up on YouTube. I watched it, bro. The cheesy stuff was. I'm like, how the fuck we bought into this back in the days, bro?
What was happening?
Basically, this is the scene, right, bro? You got to go crazy. This is a scene, right? So he was he was loving this woman, and because they were from two different family, but they're related. Back in India, they married the sister's daughter, right?
Yeah, that's that. That's all different.
Bro, that's not even the cheesiest bit. That's again, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What
let's
the
not go
fuck? What the fuck?
there.
Bro, that is bro, that's some incest shit, bro. I don't want to talk about.
I ain't ready for that guy. I didn't come here for that, man. Don't pull me into that conversation, man. I
Bro,
can't do that.
you know what? We have to come back to that. We have to come back.
Nah, we can't come back to that, man. You
Bro,
can't.
shut the fuck up. We're coming back to it. So basically, so right, and so they had a family argument, and they were separated for many years, both of them trying to cut each other's head, right? And then this guy wanted to bring them together, and then also the girl wanted to bring them together because they're still not getting it. Basically, there was two different cheesy scenes, right? One, so he's like, all right, you know what? We can't get married. So he ended up accidentally cutting some guys within the next family. It's one of the guy hand because now nobody want to give him pombula, right? He's like, okay, now unna kalyanam mudikiladu, even though I love you and all that. Nee ivana dhaan kalyanam mudikku.
Who says that?
Vishal. And then she's like, okay, in the what the fuck is this? She made the decision right and rare. And like, who the fuck are you to tell her no, you're gonna marry him?
Why can't she marry the guy she liked?
Because the family is not letting them do, and then obviously he need to prove it. He's like, look, I cut your relative hand to do that pakiam. I'm gonna give up my love, so you have to now leave me and forget my love and go and marry that random dude you never seen. Bro, it was so cheesy. I'm like, bro, this is another thing, man. I don't know if back in the days, when they tali kattinona valke mudinjus, that thing.
Yeah, it's over. It's like, it's like, hey man, how about we take this thing off and say it never happened?
Bro, and how do we bought into this? Like, on tali kattitana avlandan.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it probably was true back in the days because like it's all about people's perspective and what people talk in it. It's like once people seeing you with Taligata, the word spreads around and everyone is like, oh, she was married to that guy. She was married. They don't care about
Bro,
you took it off.
That tells me village idiotics, man.
It's
you can't tell me that's something people can live with. Come on.
But you got to think about like let's like when we talk about these, we have this is why I give them some slackers. Like you got to remember their time. Like they're in Game of Thrones, yeah. Like so many scenes, so many things where like, the daughter, I mean the brother and sister fucking. Like they have kids, then they become the kings. Like that was a normal thing, and no one had anything to say about it because that's what they were doing back in the day.
But then this is we talking about fucking back in the days BC. I'm talking about this happened like 20 years ago, bro.
No, but that's the thing. It's still there, bro. It's still there. Bro, there's like caste system and all that discrimination is still going on.
That's
man.
This is what it is. That tells you how backdated it is. You know what I mean? How backdated it is, man. Like how you can still separate human being with fucking class, caste, race, color. You know what I mean? I mean,
it is.
I'm not talking about different race. This is all separated in same race. Just in India and Sri Lanka is separated by same fucking race.
Yeah, I think it comes back to a human thing, and it's a tribal thing,
Tribal thing, man. I think we talked about this as well, man.
Yeah, it's something in us which likes to get together with who we know.
Then, I know, right? But the tribal, I wouldn't have understanding for tribal. I can back it up by tribal if it was different races. But this is the same fucking race,
Nah,
bro.
but then it breaks down. You can break
They're
down, bro.
breaking down. Oh
Yeah, you can
my
break.
god.
So everyone can have their own tribes. You can break it down and have more tribes. Break that down and have more tribes. So end of the day, it's again, it's like it's all comes from a place of fear, because
Yeah.
that person looks different, or that
Yeah.
uh, person has different
Intimidation,
views.
intimidation, bro. Intimidation. But anyway, what were you saying about Vijay? Talk,
So
let's go back.
basically, man.
Oh, sorry, sorry to
Nah, nah, this is how we do. This is how we do. This is how we do, man. But anyway, so basically, there was a news going around like Vijay has entered politics. He has started a party in a
Ooh.
politics party. You got to hear me out, man. Don't give me a reaction just yet. So everyone news was like, oh, he started a party. He officially started that party, So by that I mean, you go to wherever you need to register that party and say this is his party. Then, like a couple of days later, Vijay puts out a statement like, "Hey, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that party. It ain't me who's doing that." And he just like, so don't associate it with it. It turns out it was Vijay's dad who went and registered his party, and he put his mother as like a secretary or whatever the party. So this guy's trying to get some clout, yeah. So then Vijay apparently comes out and says that, and apparently him and his father hasn't talked in like 5 years.
Wait, even though they didn't talk, and this guy go register a party under his
Yeah,
name.
yeah, bro.
Why? How, wait. Tell me why. First of all, they're not talking.
I have no idea, man. I think
Okay,
it's just a family thing.
you know what, man? I think the father trying being an asshole, man. You
Yeah,
can't.
he's trying to get something off the fame. Maybe he's just trying to get like
Yeah,
extra.
he try to ride the wave, man.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah, yeah.
mean? It's
He's
just
trying to
like,
drive the wave out here. Apparently, I used to hear, like, I don't know if it's true. He used to be very bossy towards Vijay. It's like he pushed him very bossy and try to dictate every part of his life.
hmm.
Maybe that's why they don't talk. I don't know. But yeah, man, that was like the first gossip. I wanted to look for a gossip news we can talk about, like whatever, like I don't know, even if it's like half true,
Hmm.
be curious about. But yeah, man, that was crazy. So now it's all his fans are like, oh, okay, we're not supporting it. We're not supporting it.
We're not
That's the
supporting who?
the party. We're not supporting that party because
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
made headlines that Vijay like is about to enter, politics, and all of a sudden it turns out it
Yeah,
wasn't even him.
because he kind of jeopardizing Vijay's image with that kind of move,
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy when like when when you're a close family person, you make it to the top, and then you separate, and then you separate. Then all of a sudden, the other person is trying to get use your name. It's a shame when it happens between parents and kids, though, don't you think?
Um, yeah, man, it is. But then, end of the day, you're his kid, man. It's just, you shouldn't go out and. I'm just saying, is my opinion, right? You shouldn't go out in public and talk like, "Hey, man, my dad done this." Just go to fucking room or something, sit down and have a chat. Why did you
I
do
think
that?
he has to though, man, because it's his name that is getting dragged in all the news channels. All of
Mm,
a sudden, it's pressure on him, man. Vijay has a big following, and he has a
mm,
name. And once news comes out like that, it's like it's gonna ruin his day a couple of weeks. Oh my god,
mm,
like all the phone calls he's been getting,
mm.
probably. All the death threats he's been getting, probably.
Bruh. But then, what?
But one trend that is not, let's jump from this to another. One trend that is not working in Tamil Nadu right now, all these actors like Rajini, Kamal, they all try to get into politics, and shit ain't working. It's not clicking, bro. And they're all slowly pulling out. Kamal is kind of pulled out, and Rajini has fully pulled out as well.
Who is now becoming
It's
politician?
no, it's the same old politicians are becoming politicians.
So basically, they're just keeping themselves.
Keeping in themselves. So these actors, bunch of actors, thought because of the two leadership have changed in Tamil Nadu. The main leaders who were there for a century, decades, they have gone. So these guys tried to enter, and I thought, I'm being a Rajini fan. I thought he might have a chance, and Kamal, whatever, like they could have something. But bro, they realized how big of a job this is.
And also, man, it's just like, end of the day, you're just actors, and these guys, these politicians, they've been woolly in this game. You know what I mean? And then you know how complicated the culture and casting is over there, and also like within that politician, you need to have the ranking. You know
Mm.
what I mean? And you can't. I know you have fans power, but all in the matter, you know what I mean?
Mm. Do you think it's like ignorant of them to even think you could just because you're a big actor, all of a sudden you go in there
Yeah,
and be a
hell
politician?
yeah.
It's kind of
Hell
ignorant, don't you think?
hell yeah. You're like, what? You gonna swing your dig in there, man? What the
Just
fuck?
like that. Imagine
Just
if you are a
just
big
like that.
it's like, when you see this, let's say you're a big politician, all of a sudden you want to act in a big budget movie and be the
Mm,
lead guy. Like we would look
hell
at
yeah.
them, hey man, you got to put that work in. You got to put
Sh-
that work in.
Yeah, like sit your ass down, be humble. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Bro, I'm a diehard Rajini fan, but stay in your lane, motherfucker.
Nah, but I
Shit.
guess it was from good intentions, isn't it? Like they probably have good intentions. Like, okay, you know what? Let's see if I can influence some kind of change. And I guess it takes more though,
Look,
innit?
look, talk to me, for example. You want to you got good intention. Any politician, as an actor politician who entered, talk to me what good they have done so far with all that power and the money they have to Tamil Nadu.
Mm, what other actors made it? Well,
Talk to me,
MGR.
Rajini. Rajini done fuck all.
Well, he never been a politician.
No, he done fuck all as what power and money he has already to
Yeah,
Tamil.
yeah.
What's the
Then
point? You coming as a into politics? What are you gonna do?
see, that's the thing, man. People are so smart now. They clock that. Before I
Yeah,
think back in the days, you could actually say whatever and get away with it. Now
get
I
away
think
with it. Yeah,
people are
bro.
like, hold on, man, show me your receipts. Show me your
Yeah,
receipts. Hey,
show me your
you
receipt.
should
And
show.
guess what? What Kamal done? What Kamal done?
Yeah, yeah. You know what? One
Bro,
person they
the
do.
only reason they're coming in, bro, make more money.
One person like I hear a lot, like people, I didn't know this guy is an actor and who actually put in the groundwork. He's done more, and apparently he's really done a lot, but and who
Surya.
nah, Vijay apparently.
Oh yeah, Vijay Gant
Apparently,
always.
Vijay Gant, I didn't know all this. I hear from adults saying, "Oh, damn, everyone has good things to say about him." Whenever
Yeah,
in India, like apparently he's done it. That's why people trusted him, and
yeah,
he went high up the power as well. He could have been chief minister apparently, but he messed it up. But apparently he's done something. So I guess if you do it, people will recognize it, innit? But
yeah, man.
you said Surya. Apparently he does a lot of charity work and stuff like that.
And he does underground. This is where
Mm,
you know this is genuine.
mm,
Underground. Like Vijay
yeah,
Sethupathi doing it underground. This is where you know it's genuine because you
yeah,
don't want the clock game.
yeah.
You don't want advertisement. You know what I mean?
Mm. That's
Right?
interesting, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I guess we just went through a couple of topics, man. Shall we wrap it up?
Wrap it up, man. Wrap it
Hey,
up.
bye,
Give them what
guys.
they need.
Hey, man. Let's see you guys next time. Peace out.
They town.